It's Captain Cave Bitch. Oh shit. Man, I don't smoke, so I don't know how that shit hurt my throat. Anyway, what's going on, people? It's your boy Live Wire, and I'm back in the fucking building. So I just wanted to address a couple of things. I've been talking to people on Twitter while I've been doing other things, and I think we have a misunderstanding. Maybe. Oh man, people feel that I am throwing shade at Captain Cave Bitch. Yes, I've upgraded her. She used to be Cave Bitch, but I feel that I must show Cave Bitch more respect due to the fact that a lot of these ponies really cherish her. So therefore, I have upgraded her from Cave Bitch to Captain Cave Bitch. So that's how I shall address her from now on. Captain Cave Bitch. So anyway, a lot of ponies felt I've been throwing shade at Captain Cave Bitch. And I just want to say, no, it is not shade. I'm just making an observation. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, if you took the graphics away from Captain Cave Bitch, the game wouldn't be getting the praise that it's receiving. That's all I'm saying. That's really all I'm saying. You know, me personally, I said I don't like the robots, but I understand that's not everybody. Some people like fighting robots over real live animals. You know, people don't want to fight real life. I mean, things that look like real animals because they feel more compassion for real animals, you know? So maybe that's why. I don't fucking know. I'm just saying. It's not my cup of tea. But back into Captain Cave Bitch. I said earlier that it is basically Drive Club, the RPG version of Drive Club. That's all I said. Now people were like, no, Drive Club got bad scores and blah, blah, blah. Yes, Drive Club got bad scores, but it didn't get bad scores just because. It got bad scores because the shit didn't have any content. It was like Street Fighter. You know, coming with a handful of cards and all that shit. You know, a handful of modes. It was empty. That's why. And even with that, even with all these issues, because it was graphically impressive, the game still got a 7.1. If that game, Drive Club, did not look the way it did, it would have easily probably got a 6.1. That's all I'm saying. It would have been 10 points knocked off automatically. And this is how I could, because people that all play Drive Club talked about how good it looked. They never spoke about how fun it was. They never spoke about how competitive it was. They never spoke about how the traction was, how the tires moved, any of that shit. They talked about the beauty of it. They talked about two things. They talked about the graphics and they talked about the dynamic weather. Those are the two things that they spoke about Drive Club. And you could tell because the only thing people did with Drive Club was take pictures all day. That's all they did. Shit ton of pictures. And then gameplay wasn't going to really, you know, it looks okay, but it was fucking boring. Drive Club was a fucking boring ass game. It is. And the same thing is happening with Horizon Zero Dawn. You know, people can do gameplay of it, but that shit is fucking boring, man. The game is fucking boring. The story is fucking boring. The fucking dialogue is atrocious. Atrocious. Shit is bad. I mean, it's fucking bad. It's like a pointless thing to have. It's like if they just borrowed some shit from Mass Effect with their dialogue wheel, but there's no real consequence to what the fuck you're saying. You just say shit. What's the point in that? It's like that Uncharted shit. We're gonna give you a dialogue wheel so you could change up what you say, even though it doesn't matter what the fuck you say. But we figured it's a good option. The fuck? Why? Why do that? I don't know. No, bitch. I'm chilling. But anyway, man, it's just like, you know, So I got shade for it. I got a lot of shade for it. Well, good. What's a good 100? Let me see. Jump in here. I didn't put my headphones on, so I gotta turn my speaker down. Oh fuck. Turn that shit off. But yeah, man. It's it's a misunderstanding. That's all. I don't hate the game. I don't give a fuck about the game. I never wanted to play the game. Um, like that. I said this multiple times. I said it from the very beginning. I said it from the very fucking beginning. I did not like this concept of this game because it did not have fucking real dinosaurs. I said that from the jump. People ignored it. They dismissed it. And then when I come out and say the same shit I said since the E3 when they fucking revealed it, people act like I'm throwing shade. Bitch, I was saying this shit back then. Nothing has changed to now. Now I was on an extensive Twitter conversation with Jabril. I think that's his name. I always talk to his Jabril Williams. Extensive. You know, he's like telling me like you can't judge the game because you didn't play it. You can't judge the game because you didn't play it. Fuck what you see. You didn't play it. And I'm sitting there like, hold up. Don't tell me that I don't want to. Now, there's very few games. Let me put it this way. There are very few games that you have to play in order to appreciate the fun in the game. There's very few of them. Destiny is one of them. And I only say that because looking at somebody play Destiny and actually playing Destiny is two different things. Now, if people don't like multiplayer, that's a whole nother story. But just playing the game and understanding the fun of the game is way different than actually looking at it. Same thing goes for Titanfall. But everything else, I can't really, there's not too many other games you could look at and be like, this doesn't, it's more fun than I thought it was. I mean, it's very few games that do that, unless the person that's playing or what you know about the game, you haven't watched enough footage on it, so you don't know what the whole game entails. See, the problem is Horizon Zero Dawn ain't an Xbox game. It's a PlayStation game. So we know exactly what the fuck you can do in it. They plaster that shit everywhere. Everywhere. They put it in your face. They look, here, take it. This is what it is. This is what it is. Love it, please. Love it. But these PlayStation guys just can't understand that somebody could look at this and be like, like, the graphics are great. Don't get me wrong. I believe it's probably, numbingly beautiful to the point that sometimes you just sit there and look at the screen and don't even do shit. You just sit there and be like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Like how well they made this game look. It's graphically stunning. Like, wow. And I do not doubt that at all. I don't doubt it at all. I never threw shade at its beauty. What I said was, people act like this game is better than what it is. No. Now, in my conversations with Jabril, he said that you have to play the game first. And what I'm telling him is, I don't have to eat shit to know it don't taste good. I'm just, am I wrong? I don't know. Somebody tell me, am I wrong? Do I need to eat shit to know whether or not it tastes good or not? I mean, as far as I know, I can smell it, and in video games, that's like looking at it. And I can tell based on what I'm looking at, it doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't mean that other people shouldn't play it. It doesn't mean other people shouldn't like it. I'm just telling you, for me personally, I don't give a fuck about the game. It doesn't appeal to me. It's not going to appeal to me even if I'm playing it, because yes, graphically it'll be impressive, and yes, I'll probably want to look at it for about an hour. Like, damn, this should look good as fuck. But then after that, it's like, fuck the story, man. Fuck this story. Fuck this cave bitch. Man, they should have some real dinosaurs in this shit. I'll go back to where I was initially. I mean, tell me if I'm lying. How many motherfuckers is playing Drive Club right now? Is that not visually stunning? Is that not visually amazing? But how many people are playing that shit? Not many, huh? It's not fun. How many people playing Uncharted right now? They didn't got they fill. They might even play the bitch twice. They even forced their way through the fucking multiplayer. Now, unless you're fucking somebody on Weapon Wheel and you gotta, appease your fan base by playing Uncharted at least 8 hours a week, I don't see many motherfuckers playing Uncharted. I'm just saying. It's not that type of game. It's beautiful. The story was, if you like Uncharted, it's cool. But after you get your fill on it, there's nothing there left for you to do. You've already platinumed it, or you can't double, triple platinum it. So it's done. It's over. Like many single player games. It's not just Uncharted. All I'm saying is, don't fall into this idea of, because something is a beautiful game, that it's a great game. It is not. And when I said that State of Decay is better than The Last of Us, I just meant if you took both games and you either made both of them look the same, or you made both of them look like State of Decay does, kind of shitty, right? State of Decay is not the most beautiful game ever. It's just not. It's not. It's not about how good the game looks. It's about what you do in the game. Now, people are trying to convince me that no, I still think The Last of Us would be amazing if it had graphics like fucking State of Decay. You was a motherfucking liar. You was a motherfucking liar. You was a fucking liar. Don't fucking lie to me. Talk about you would still be a big fan of The Last of Us if it had State of Decay graph. Fuck out of here. Hell no, that shit wouldn't hold up. If that shit had the clipping, the graphics, screen tearing of State of Decay, the first one, and The Last of Us, hell no. And had the graphics of it, hell no, motherfuckers wouldn't. Hell no. Hell no, you fucking lying. They fucking lying. You're lying to yourself. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but you gotta understand. Gotta understand, man. If something ain't as beautiful as something else, it's just, look, man. Horizon Zero Dawn ain't broken. That's one. So when people try to compare it to the Order or try to compare it to Drive Club, you got to understand Drive Club had its issues. The Order was short and there was really no replayability. But Drive Club specifically did not have the amount of content that it needed, along with whatever issues it had, when it launched. It had a lot of launch issues. Now, you cannot just simply look at Horizon Zero Dawn and say this is like the second coming. I just refuse. Because it just looks like shit I've already played, man. Like, the only thing that looks different is the fact that, one, you play as a cave bitch, and two, you fucking, I don't know, you kill robots. It's like whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, like I said before. But without the graphics, like imagine this. Imagine if you were playing Horizon Zero Dawn and it looked like Recore. I'm just saying, imagine it. Do you think it would receive the praise it has gotten? Just be honest. Would you? Would you think people would be like, "Oh my God, this game is amazing. This game is doing something I've never done before"? No. You know why? Because people would say exactly this. This game feels like something I've played before. It feels like a little bit of Far Cry mixed with a little bit of what the fuck other game did they compare it to? It's like Far Cry, Uncharted, and I forget what else they said. Well, whatever, you know. And they would complain about it. They would say it doesn't feel original enough. And you know why it goes from this feels like something fresh and new to this doesn't feel original enough? The difference is graphics. Graphically, if something's impressive, people are going to say, "Oh, this feels fresh and new." But if it's not, they'll say, "Oh, this feels like something I've played before." You notice that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to point out the bullshit. You know, if Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't graphically impressive, people would just say, "This feels like other games. I don't know if I really want to play this. This feels like something I've already played before." But since it is graphically impressive, people are now saying this feels something. It feels like a fresh take on these other games. See how the language changes versus something I've already played before because the graphics aren't great to something that feels fresh and like a fresh new take on things I've played before. I'm just saying, you got to notice that shit, man. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying the game's bad. I just said it wasn't for me. But it's not as good as people are hyping it up to be. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not as good as people are trying to hype it up to be, for the simple fact that people can't say minus its graphics, it would be as an appealing game. I'm just being honest. You know, like let's see another game that wouldn't be Neo, the new game that came out. Now that's an average looking game, but it's not terribly graphically impressive. So therefore, you have a game that people tend to like. It doesn't even look as good as Bloodborne, so it still holds its own. You know, like people are praising it, and maybe it may get some extra favor. Yeah, it's a PlayStation game, so people might praise it a little bit more so than they normally would if it was just a multiplayer. Maybe I'm not saying that for 100% for sure, but it's not a graphical powerhouse, you know. But it is in a genre where it seems like this generation people like to play more Souls type games, or there's a contingency of people in the media that like those games and tend to push those games. I'm just saying. So, you know, I understand that more than, you know, Horizon, which is more like a clone of other games. And that's not to say that this franchise won't evolve and become its own thing in the future and really like, hey, this might be the first step. The first step was, look, their focus was to make it graphically impressive. They did that. You know, it stole a lot of shit from other games. So, you know, yo, what's good? What's good, Ben? So they stole a lot of shit from other games in order to you know, just make sure that it runs well enough, so people couldn't have too many issues with it. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But at the end of the day, the game to me is just it's fucking it just doesn't look as good as people are saying it. Like, this is how I could tell if a game is good. Just looking at the cutscenes alone, the game is boring as shit. The cutscenes alone, you know. But I do notice that in most reviews they say the game shines in its gameplay. That's where they say it shines, in its gameplay and its combat, which it looks decent enough. It just where it loses me, I'm just not a fan of the fucking bots. Don't like the bots, man. I just don't like them. I could do without them. I fucking don't like them. But yeah, what's going on, Trav? It's I don't know. It just seems like man, are we ever going to be honest, man? Like, come on, man. When are we going to be honest in this gaming age, man? Because I'll tell you a couple of games that I thought got high praise that shouldn't have. I know it might sound blasphemous, but I'm just saying. Yeah, what up, Mike? Yeah, Assassin's Creed Caveman Edition word. I thought Battlefield was a good game, but people praising its story, that bitch was 5 hours, bro. Let's keep it 100. We got 100 in here. Let's keep it 100. That shit didn't deserve as high a fucking rating as it got, man. A lot of these fucking games didn't deserve that shit. But Battlefield got a lot of praise because that bitch was the best looking game probably this gen. As far as multi-plat, best looking fucking game. You know, yeah, I think, yeah, this as far as multi-plat, yeah. I can't really speak on what the fuck, the comparisons between like those Frostbite engine games and Uncharted and shit. Just because I don't have a high-end PC, so it's not like you wouldn't compare them on a PlayStation. That's fucking retarded. You have to compare it on the best platform that there is, which is somebody with a PC powerful enough, or I guess the Scorpio whenever that bitch drop. But you know, there's a lot of games that get really high scores and lack like quality fundamental. Like, come on, man. I think you know what I could say is what PlayStation does well is they do focus on their graphics. I give them that. Like, look at Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is a pretty game, but if that bitch did not look that graphically impressive, motherfuckers would not be talking about how great that game is. They'd be like, it feels like I played this shit before. I'm just saying. Can I keep it 100? I'm just saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, the gameplay hasn't really changed. Like, this is the bullshit that I've been calling about the PlayStation all gen. They're putting out these graphically impressive games, but they haven't changed shit. There's nothing. They didn't innovate shit this gen. Nothing. They didn't innovate anything this fucking gen. They literally just tried to do the Xbox 360, and that was it. They just stopped there. They were like, fuck it. That's what we got. This is the best we got. We're just going to put out everything that the 360 had, and we're not going to push any further. You know, other than graphics, that's it. You know, graphics is all, you know, Uncharted is a fucking linear game. You know, Horizon Zero Dawn is probably technically probably their most impressive game. Not only graphically, but as far as their mechanics for their animal AI. Now their human AI, I heard it just took a big shit on that. I don't know how the fuck you make the fucking humans goddamn retarded and the fucking animals like super geniuses when it comes to whatever fuck. That's what they did. But nonetheless, it was impressive in that respect, right? But for the most part, I mean, this gen, you got Bloodborne. It's a Souls game. Yes, it's a faster Souls game, but it's a Souls game. I think, damn, they didn't really have that many games. They have Bloodborne, Uncharted. I guess you could say Ratchet and Clank. It's but it's whatever. Ratchet and Clank, fine. It's three solid games. I guess you throw Neo on there, even though we don't know if it's a full exclusive, but whatever, it's on there. Neo and Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, these are the 5 worthy titles. I guess you could throw Infamous on that game, but it's just a to me, Infamous isn't. It's like Ratchet and Clank. It looks good, but there's nothing there. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, what is the fucking point? This game is like, you play it and you're done. You're not playing it again. None of these games have multiplayer now. I'm thinking about it. Except for Uncharted, and that shit's god awful. That shit's not even worth having multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, I guess they had the order, but that shit was, ugh. And Drive Club is like, graphically impressive, but you put that next to fucking Forza, and it's just like, what are we doing? Why? I know we're focusing on graphics, but this game isn't fun. Like, it's not. Like, it'd be great if we're only going to take pictures, but are we playing this? What are we doing? What are we doing here? So, like I said, man, look, man, I ain't hating on the Cave Bitch. The Cave Bitch game is what it is. All I'm saying is, it's not as good as perceived. I put up some pictures on Twitter showing like the same person, but what if they were, they look slightly different? Like if a person was skinny at one point and then gained weight, technically the same fucking person, in every way. Except for one, she's like in her model form, and the next one, she's in a plus size. You got two different, and you look at it and be like, well, you feel a little bit different towards the one another, even though they're technically both the same. I'm just saying, I just think the fundamentals are kind of lost on some of these games, man. I just think they need to do better. Like, it's not enough. And like the thing that I noticed about Horizon is for its ability to gain a lot of its graphics, you don't really, there's no like inside of dwelling inside of buildings like that anymore. I mean, yeah, they got little fucking wooden little treetop shits, but there's no actual structures to really mention of any large scale dwellings. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's impressive graphically. It's impressive. Trust me. Like the foliage and all that shit, they did an impressive job. Like most places, they just phone it. That's what I would notice. Like a lot of these, some of the Sony developers, they put way more detail into how they set shit up, like grass and trees and all the little things, all those little things, and I think especially if you're a hardcore graphics whore, that shit is like, you got motherfuckers giving the order like 10 out of 10s and shit. Oh my God, it's a 10 out of 10. The game is 5 hours and it's like, you fight the same boss like 3 times and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, it's 10 out of 10. Yo, I can see the lint on his jacket, nigga. See the lint on his jacket. That shit is a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? But like, you know, that's what you get when you deal with graphics whores. You know, and most of these graphics whores, I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most of them, they don't even fucking play the game, man. Like, most of these motherfuckers are talking about how great Horizon Zero Dawn is. A lot of them ain't even gonna finish the fucking game, yo. I'm just being honest. Like, some people are just gonna play that shit until that bitch get hard, and then that shit's gonna get shelved. Straight up. That bitch is gonna get shelved. But yeah, man. All right, let's look and see what's going on Twitter. Let's see what is I already spoke about him. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. PlayStation guys and their inability to accept that somebody doesn't like a game that they like. It is beyond me. Like, in a casual conversation, mind you, understand when I do my little spots on Twitter, 90% of the time, I don't, you know, tag somebody or reply to somebody. I usually just say my shit and I fucking just, you know, I say what I gotta say and I keep it moving, right? A lot of these guys reply to me upset at what I said and tell me that I shouldn't say it, but I'm like, and they're like, well, why is this a fucking big deal to you and this shouldn't matter? And I'm like, hold up. Bitch, you spoke to me. I didn't talk to you. You act like I'm over here replying to something you're talking about. I made a statement. You replied to me. How about you use your own, you know, advice, and, you know, if the shit isn't that important and doesn't bother you, what the fuck are you talking to me about it for? I'm just saying. Like, it's unbelievable how these guys just, like, they cannot deal with the fact that people don't like the shit they like. Like, I just don't get it. It's unfathomable. Like why can't y'all deal? Like, some guy thought he was gonna get me all triggered by saying I think Halo isn't a graphically impressive game. I'm like, okay. Like, what else am I supposed to say? No, you should feel it's graphically impressive. You should feel about it like I do. You should feel it. Like, no, man. Like, you don't like it, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna shove your face in it. Like, if you don't like Halo, you don't like Halo. I don't like Lord of the Rings like that. I think it's okay, but I don't like it like that. I'll go see a movie when it comes out, or I'll be like, oh, I'll watch the movie. But them bitches is long. They're like 3-hour movies. And I've seen each one once. Unlike my brother, who's seen, I don't know how many times he's seen Lord of the Rings, it's a lot. But I've only seen it once. Each one. You know? And I'm just not a huge fan of it like he is. I think he beat Shadow of Mordor. I don't even know if I've gotten past 10% of that game. But you know, it's like everybody has a different taste. You know, I'm not saying my opinion is the only opinion. See, that's the problem. People take it as that. You know, they take it like I'm speaking on behalf of everybody who thinks like me, that, yo, the game you like is shit. Like, even if I was, who gives a fuck? Like, enjoy your game. You know? I'm just a YouTuber just talking about how I feel about shit. Like, it's not fucking serious. You know, it's not like I'm It's not like I'm an editor for some magazine and like I'm shitting all over your game so nobody buys it. Like I can understand if you be upset at me over that, but I'm just posting shit on Twitter. I'm just posting shit on YouTube. You know, I don't work for your favorite publication and then turned around and be like, nobody buy Horizon Zero Dawn because I'm gonna tell you a bunch of bullshit why the shit is fucking broken and is the worst game that was ever made. Like I'm not fucking doing that. You know. So I don't understand what the fucking deal is. And even with that, you got to understand people don't perceive everything the same way. Look, man, as much as I don't agree with every review, see, this is my biggest issue with reviews. It's not the people that review the game. It's the accountability of how they review the game. That is my issue. That's why I think Metacritic is bullshit, because there's no system, not because the people that review the game shouldn't have their opinions. It's just that they don't have categories set up in each section that says, all right, graphics, sound, gameplay, story, longevity. Like they don't have it set up that way. So like somebody could be like, Halo is shit, 5. You'd be like, well, why? Because I don't like it. That's why. You'd be like, well, is it graphically not like? Give me all the reasons. I don't like the way it look, and I don't like the way it play. Well, what's wrong with it? I don't like it. Well, what do you don't like about it? I don't like it. You'd be like, it's like dealing with a fucking 3-year-old. Like, what the fuck? Like, there's no structure. That's what the issue is with Metacritic and shit like that. No structure. So therefore, you got a lot of backlash from people complaining about shit because there's no fucking structure. Like they get that shit right. I don't think anybody would complain on either side. Nobody would complain on either side if they put up a system that is clear and is obvious what each publication has to have in order to get the reviews to be put on the site. You fill in all these categories and you explain why. You have a point system, so you get 20 points per category. I think I said mention 5. You get 20 points per category, and everybody will be happy because it's clear and cut what people have to aim for and what people are going to be looking for. That's the main thing. You have consistency and it'll be all good, man. But it seems like I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I don't know why they wouldn't do it. I mean, other than I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe writers feel they don't have freedom. See, the thing is, I think that's bullshit. Because I think you can write whatever you want, and then at the very end, you then fill out the categories of, graphic, sound, gameplay, was it longevity and something else? I forget. But that's where that goes at the very end. Like that's not even something hard to do. I just think that people don't do it because it's not made for. Like I'm telling you, Metacritic, they did it. Like they should do it across the board. Movies too. Cinematography, all that shit. Like cinematography, screenplay, overall writing. They should put all that shit in there. You do that, and we would have a lot less issues with with people complaining about the way fucking games are reviewed. Because I'll tell you one thing. Hold up, let's see. Let's look at Metacritic. Metacritic. Hey y'all. Let's go to this motherfucker. All right, Horizon Zero Dawn. Look at this bitch sitting at an 88. It's doing quite well. Yeah, motherfuckers came out here starting throwing some shade though. Damn. It is fucking some infighting between the PlayStation guys on here. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Because they run this shit. All right. Damn, everybody gave it a 10, really? I don't know. Obviously, game it. What the fuck? That shit dropped off. It went from 10s to a 7. This is probably the most honest review up here. Fucking 7. All right, here we go. This is probably the most honest review that's up here. I always look for the average, and that's what it looks like it's going to be, 7. It says, while I do think the game story and graphics are nice, but the main drawback for me is the combat system in Quest. The Quest got really boring with no variety in any of them. The combat system is fun at first, but gets boring later in the game. Plus, with no weapon variety, makes it even worse. I've been playing games for 15 years now, and this game to me feels like a watered down version of Monster Hunter, and not in a good way. Damn. If that ain't a fucking indictment. And that's probably the truest shit up here. 7. I don't believe in these 10s because these motherfuckers just write dumb shit like best looking game I ever saw or some shit. Look at it. One of the best games I've ever played in history. Oh, you already know this is some bullshit. As a big open world fan, I had the most brilliant time. Oh, this motherfucker. I had the most brilliant time playing games like this. He probably talks like that too. By far the best, the biggest everything ever made by Guerrilla Games. These fucking weirdos, man. Let me see. A PS4 masterpiece that can't be missed. Anyone who owns I think he's missing by anyone that owns PS4. I you know I can't pronounce this bitch name. Captain Cave bitch, one of the best icons of future of the PlayStation universe. We need more like this than filler. All right. That's a weird, all right, whatever. Really great game, especially the AI. The AI is really good. Like when you put down a tripwire robot, automatically jump over them. They are so smart. 10 out of 10 would play again. Who the fuck wrote this shit? Fucking 7-year-old? Oh, what the fuck? All right, and then you got, all right, hold up. You got some mixes. All right, we got a couple of 10s at the bottom. Let me look at let's look at this 5. I don't know if I'll agree with them, but let's say a somewhat serviceable open world game that falls too far into the been there, done that before category. Many of the open world games and action games fall into in the current state of the genre. Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Tomb Raider. So many consider that average and perhaps by the numbers in terms, which more time was spent on gameplay rather than visuals, which is believed where they used. Oh, wait, hold up. Oh, damn, this motherfucker wrote a whole goddamn essay. All right, shit. All right, well, where the fuck did I leave off at? You know what? Fuck this. I ain't gonna read all this shit. Next one. I read one of these zeros because I know it's gonna be bullshit. No game should get a goddamn 0. Now you just fucking hating. Now this is some hate. Motherfuckers say I hate, but this is fucking hate. You put a goddamn 0 up here. What the fuck? Let us get the most pressing matter out of the way. Horizon Zero Dawn is not a good game. There are several perfect scores in this critic page and even more in the user submit page. But those of us who are not paid to promote games have a vastly different opinion of it. Namely, that this game is incredibly underwhelming in pretty much every way imaginable. Combat is uninspired. The RPG mechanics feel tacked on. The AI is easily exploited, especially when coming out of tall grass. Well, laughably bad. The animation and acting is simply bizarre to look at. The overall implications of the narrative that a certain race of people ruin things for everyone is horribly bigoted and offensive. Okay. This game is simply not worth your time in any sense of the word. It is, in essence, an Assassin's Creed type game. It is promoting itself on this premise of delivering a game with a really cool idea, but the reality of the experience is more than simply lackluster. It is downright pathetic. Buy the new Zelda instead. The demo at E3 had more stuff to do and see than everything in Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, obviously, this was a fucking Nintendo fan. Damn, they stole some shade out this bitch, wasn't they? Damn. I mean, he probably was right about a lot of this shit, but the fact that he gave it a 0 was a bit harsh. I mean, maybe a 7. Fucking 0. That's like real low. God damn. I think I saw somebody with an 8. Let's look at the 8. What the fuck is that 8? What the fuck is that 8? Where you at, bitch? Here we go. Oh, this motherfucker ain't writing nothing. Wait, what the fuck? All right. Oh, it's funny. For those that rated 0, like seriously, do you guys even rate or just simply troll? Freaking haters. That's all he wrote. He gave it 8. Let's see. Dude gave it a 9, but he wrote extensively about it, so it might get a good impression of it. So first impressions, loading screen is 5 seconds. Oh, what the? All right, whatever. I'll read it anyway. Loading screen is 5 seconds. Quick saving is 1 second. Stealth-based game works like every other stealth-based game. AI is decent so far. Damn, how long does this motherfucker play the game? Good enough for a stealth game. Haven't played enough to really tell. What? I'm just gonna stop right here. Like you didn't even fucking beat the game and you're rating it. What the fuck, man? This isn't it. I know it's the first impressions review. I'm like, no, fuck. The dude is writing Spanish up here. I can't read that shit. Damn, what was it? Okay, here's another 9. Let me see. How long is this shit? All right, should be decent enough. One of the best looking games out right now. So far, I'm really enjoying this game, and it's well worth $60, which actually has all the content included and not ripped out for some to be resold. The character is interesting, and learning about her story and what drives her is well done. However, I find some of the characters kind of boring. Just randomly placed in the world and taking up time. This game is by no means a Witcher's 3, but damn, it's good. The world feels so alive with moving grass, animals, trees, etc. I get completely lost. I think it's wandering around the world. The story is pretty good as well, though it would have been nice to have a stronger relationship with other characters. I also really like the minor RPG elements and crafting in the game. The soundtrack is great and fits the game really well. Overall, I would recommend this game if you are a fan of open world games such as The Witcher 3, Far Cry, etc. Guerrilla Games did a great job making this game, and I am scratching the surface so far. Also, this game really shows the power of the PlayStation. Plenty of content to be found in the game. Also, how are there so many negative reviews? To rate this game below a 4 through 0 is just arrogant. So that's how the dude felt. Well, he felt it shouldn't be lower than a 4. So 4 through 0 was his mark. He said no lower than 4 through 0. Should be no lower than that. So, I guess I can agree with that. Obviously, I said I was aiming for a 7. I didn't think it should probably be lower than 7. Even though I said that I don't like the dinosaurs. I think what I seen, the acting and all that shit, it's like whatever. It's okay. It ain't broken. The game's not broken. So I don't think any game that's not broken should be lower than probably a 6. And it just being graphically impressive will automatically bump it up to a 7. So I feel that it's pretty accurate to have it at a 7. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey, hold up. I saw something else. Oh, well, I don't know. This guy gave it a 6. This game is a hybrid of Rise of the Tomb Raider and Far Cry Primal. Other than the graphics, I don't know if it's offering anything new. It's overhyped. I think Neo overall thoroughly on many levels. What? Wait, he's missing something. I think Neo thoroughly on many levels for gameplay blows this game out of the horizon. Play on words. Well, that's how he felt about it. He gave it a 6. Like I said, I think it's graphically impressive. I do. I mean, I don't think there's any denying it as long as you can see or don't have some kind of issue with your eyes. So, I mean, I think it's well deserved. As far as graphics, it probably should win some kind of award unless something else comes out crazy that just like comes out of nowhere. It just like blows up. You know what I'm hoping? I'm hoping that State of Decay is looking pretty sexy as damn. So I don't think it's going to be on some Last of Us Uncharted type shit because I don't know. I mean, looking at the first State of Decay, it wasn't that type of game, and there's a lot more shit going on. And it's not really a story-driven game, so I don't even know if they would even make that their number one focus. You know, but I just find it impressive. You know, that game is amazing. Like, I would recommend anybody go back. I mean, if you like games, let me rephrase that. If you like games, State of Decay is a great game. I'll warn you, it is glitchy. It is a fucking glitchy game, but it is a great game. You know, it is a great game. For what it does and the things it allows you to do, it is a great game. It's like something that it's like a PC game, but done with a console. Like, you play PC games that, when they port them, it still feels like a PC game. You're like, damn, this bitch feel like a PC game. Versus State of Decay, it runs and feels more like a console game. Like, the shit is more structured. It doesn't feel as like helter skelter. As far as like, you just feel like the mechanics don't work well for, just a controller. You need a mouse for that shit. But anyway, man, this is your boy live. I'm about to get out of here. I got to do some shit. But it was fun talking to y'all. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. All right. Peace.